So, hello, it's me.
Same if you don't leave with me. Ass up, head down, every time you dress down. No, I like.
Hello, if y'all don't know me, my name is LaTerra or LT on the channel, whichever you prefer. I started this series called Healing Your Inner Fat Child, and that's what I'm doing. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn on your post notifications so you do get notified when I post. If you want to stalk and stick around, all of my social media be right here, as well as linked down in the bio below. I also don't know why it's this damn windy outside today, but not the point. I'm making a series called Healing Your Inner Fat Child, from me to you, because I am someone who does struggle with body dysmorphia and living through like weight discomforts as being a child and into an adult. If you haven't seen part 1 of the video, it will be linked right up here. The first part of this video was about understanding yourself. Also, I'm looking at notes, so there's that. Or the second part of the series, we're going to talk about making realistic plans. There are 2 terms that I would like to discuss with you guys, and it is going to be accountability and realistic. Accountability is defined as the fact or condition of being accountable / responsible. Secondly, realistic, having or showing a sensible and practical idea of what and can be achieved or expected. 2 things that you need to keep in your mind for this entire video is accountability and realism, or being realistic. First and foremost, you have to know that things will not, let me say it again, they will not change overnight. Things changing overnight is very unrealistic. Seeing drastic change is not going to be a short-term thing, and if you also have to think that if there's something that has changed that quickly, it will that quickly be undone as well. The work that you're putting into something, the same amount of work that you're putting in is like pretty much the same amount of work that it may take to undo something. Speaking very honestly, working out and taking care of your body is not like that for most people. Most people can work out in the gym for like a year, 2 years, and they finally get these results. And if you don't take care of yourself and you aren't like sticking to the plans that you set in place originally, you could lose that body within like 6 months. Is that fair? No, that absolutely sucks. But you know, that is like the reality of like the situation. And if they are changing overnight, that probably isn't you doing things in the most healthy way, and that is what we're doing this for. You want to be very healthy in doing what you're doing, and you want to make sure that you're treating your body right for the long term and not the short term. I'm going to share a backstory. 8th grade year, so I was like maybe 12, 13, I would go on Google and I would be like, how can I lose 30 pounds in 30 days? Girl, 30 pounds in 30 days. Realistically and health-wise, people say that you should maybe lose about 2, maybe 3 pounds a week if you're at like a decent, weight for your body and stuff like that. There's a lot of factors that play into that, but like just for argument's sake, about 2 pounds a week is like the healthiest. So I was trying to lose a pound a day, meaning like 7 pounds like a week. That's very not healthy for my body. That's not healthy for me. That was not healthy at all. Like wrecking my brain constantly on the internet. If you Googled my name, you could see me in the dashboard like asking questions like, how do I lose 30 pounds? And I was 13 thinking this, right? All I was like really worried about at that time was like, how do I lose this weight? How do I lose this weight? How do I need to feel better in my body? And like, little did I know that was not going to help me feel better in my body, like regardless, because eventually I did like lose that 30 pounds. I didn't feel better. You have to set yourself up for a plan, whether that be like a 6-month plan, a 1-month plan, a 5-year plan, whatever it is. You need to make a plan, and in that plan you need to have very realistic goals. When I actually started to like try and like lose weight and to make my body feel better like in a healthier way, my realistic goal was to tell myself that it takes 28 days to make something a habit, to make something like a routine. I'm gonna pick a month. I told myself I was gonna go to the gym every day this month. I got up every day that month and I went to the gym. Told myself, if you don't go to the gym every day this month, then I cannot sit around and say that I really gave it all that I had to give it to actually sit here and be like, oh, well, I tried. Because in reality, no, bitch, you did not try. No, sweetheart, I'm sorry. That was not trying. That was you just saying you were trying to do something and then we're not, realistically speaking. And to my surprise, I actually really liked it. It's something that I really grew fond of, and I started from that point on. I've been going to the gym for 5 years now, and that's very crazy, because prior to that, you would never ever catch me being someone that's like, yeah, I go to the gym. I thought gyms were like really dumb, honestly, and I was like, who the fuck would want to go to the gym? Like, the hardest part about going to the gym is really getting up and going to the gym. During that whole process, it really just like let me know that like, yeah, I really can't just say that something isn't going to work, because it was what I needed, honestly speaking. It gave me a lot of clarity. It gave me a lot of like understanding about myself. Realistically, I made a plan to go to the gym. I was going to eat right. I had to set like expectations for myself and let myself know that like if I wanted to go out with my friends and like eat a bad meal or eat out or whatever, it would only be like once a week, maybe twice a week. But during that time, I could only go do that if I was also going to the gym. If I was not going to go to the gym, then I was not going to sit here and like reward myself with like foods that I know were bad for me. Like, I eat a shit ton of pasta, and pasta is like my thing. Pasta and bread, they are my thing. And during this time, I was eating a shit ton of pasta. You can eat everything, but I don't know what the word for it is. In moderation. You can eat things in moderation. Making realistic plans is a lot of trial and error. But if you go on this journey, you have to understand that there will be a lot of failed trials. No matter what anyone tells you, there will be a lot of failed trials. And you don't have to listen to me say that. You can go through it and you can understand it or prove me wrong about that, you know? But in my personal situation, I did have a lot of failure. But we grow from it. You have to really keep pushing yourself and keep pushing those boundaries and those walls that you set up, because also when it comes to body dysmorphia, like you may not know this about yourself and everything either, but there are a lot of walls that we put up for ourselves to protect ourselves. And for the longest time, I wanted to sit there and be like, no, it's not me. It's not me. My body is just, I'm not, it's not working. And I had to really sit down and be like, no, LaTerra, you're eating crap tons of pasta every day, and you're downing like 24 ounces of coffee every like 6 hours. I also want to clarify this and say that you do not have to go to the gym to see results in your body. A lot of people I know work out at home. During COVID, a lot of people were working out at home and their bodies were bussin'. If you do want to heal yourself, you have to put forth all the right tools and resources to heal yourself. You can't give yourself a half effort, because I don't like, you can't give yourself a half effort. Like, that's not fair to you. You have to sit down and you have to draft up a plan for yourself. So next, I'm going to talk about the struggles coming into realistic routines. If you are going to the gym, if you are struggling with eating habits, how to fix this. I am not a dietitian. I am not a doctor. I am not an expert on how to fix your eating habits. What I did was I got on YouTube. I still get on YouTube. I go down rabbit holes of watching shorts and videos to see, to see what I like to eat, to find like very simple meals that I think would be very like good for me. I really fell in love with like cooking. Like, I don't cook all the time still, so I'm not gonna sit up in here and cap, but I really do enjoy cooking now. Another way that I fixed my eating habits was understanding, like I said before, everything in moderation. You do not have to cut yourself off from anything completely. My next point with eating habits is if you sit there and you actually really pay attention to what you're eating. I know that there was a big like macros and stuff like that, and I know some people really count their macros and do things like that, and it does bring a lot of awareness. Like, I know some people who the only way that they can lose weight is by calorie counting, and like originally that is what I started doing, is like calorie counting all of my meals, but then that was not the best thing for me. Calorie counting did not work for me the way that I feel like it was working or it was supposed to be working, and so instead of calorie counting, I just started eating smaller portions of my meals, and that's like what helped me. Everything looks different for different people. You have to really find people that maybe look like you and like see what they're doing, going into like physical habits to help yourself, whether you're trying to lose weight, if you're not trying to lose weight, because that is also another thing. I don't want to get that misconstrued. I'm not telling anyone in these videos that you need to lose weight. If you like the way that you look, go you, be you, do you. I love that for you. But if you are struggling with how you're looking and you're maybe wanting to just like tone up, not even lose weight necessarily, just tone up, and you're having a hard time like going to the gym, maybe because you're facing some of those obstacles, for me, having a gym partner, having someone I trust, was the way I got into the gym, until eventually I transitioned into being able to go to the gym like by myself because I felt comfortable. Comfortability is a very big portion of healing yourself. You have to be very comfortable with yourself, and if you're not comfortable with yourself, like, you have to do the research and find ways to make yourself more comfortable with you. Physical activity isn't even just like for purposes of weight loss. It makes you just feel better. Like, it sends those endorphins through your body and stuff, and that's really like what it's all about, because like the better you feel mentally, the better you will feel physically. Lastly, what I am going to get into here, accepting your wins. A win is a win, no matter how big or how small the win is. One of my old coworkers, she told me that she has a scale that reads like that has like a decimal place next to it. Instead of a scale just being like 100 pounds, it'll be like 100.5 when she goes to the gym, because you will not lose a pound a day. And like for a week you could look at the scale and the scale is gonna say 100 pounds, and like you're just like, fuck, like I'm really killing myself out here and I'm losing no weight. So if you actually look at the scale, it'll be like 100.4, 100.3, 100.2. So you know that there are wins there, you know, like there are wins, and that is a win that is like very minuscule to some people, very like small, but it still is like progress. If you're someone who eats out every day, eating out 5 times a week compared to 7 times that week, like that is a win. You have to like congratulate yourself, and you have to like appreciate yourself for like trying and for making some type of progress, because little progress and big progress is still progress. The biggest part about making realistic plans is that you have to celebrate holding yourself accountable. You're applying that sense of accountability to yourself, and you are going through with it. Whether you're seeing results now or whether you're seeing results in a week, you are still seeing some type of results, and it's like getting you closer to the goal that you like set in place for yourself. I'm speaking on this from a place of experience. I would get up every morning and I would look at myself and I'd be like, dude, I hate myself. I literally hate myself. And like I can laugh about this now because it was like, it's okay now, you know, and I've healed past it. But like in those moments, I would get up and I would look at myself every day and just be like, dude, I'm irked, you know, I'm vexed, I'm disgusted. And I would get up. At one point I had to tell myself, okay, I'm not gonna do this. And like at 5 of those days I did it, and 2 of those days I didn't do that, and I had to be proud of myself for not doing that for 2 out of those 7 days, because it was 7 out of those 7 days. No one else can celebrate that for you except yourself. So that's that. But guys, that is the end of part 2 to this video. Stay tuned for the 3rd part, my favorite part. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for allowing me to share my story and my testimonial with y'all about healing your inner fat child. Stay tuned for part 3. So yeah, but thank you guys. I will see y'all later. Bye.